Good morning, everyone. It's so good to see you here, all the folks here. It's so wonderful to know that you're online also. It's so good to have our community gathering in both of these different ways. I just enjoy that so much. So my name is Reverend Scott Olson. I'm the senior minister here at Ahiah. And we're just a loving community that gathers each and every week here on Sunday, but we also have activities throughout the week. We have Tuesday book study, we got a Wednesday healing service, we have classes, we have all sorts of stuff that we're doing. And if you want to get to know us a little better, figure out how to connect into the community, go to our website, which is ahiah.com, AHIAH.com. And if you want to get our newsletter, go to ahiah.com/subscribe, and that'll get you all connected into what's going on at the community. But it's so wonderful to be here. God morning, as Reverend Mike would say. And so we're going to start out by just saying hello to a few people and saying thank you for their participation in our service. We're going to give them thanks ahead of time, knowing that they're going to be spectacular today. So let's start off with our music ministry. We've got, for our guest singer, we have a group here today. We have, and we all know them. They've been coming for a while, and Connie comes every second Sunday. And so we have Connie Rouse, and we have Karen, and we have Stefano with them. And for our band, we have our music director, Chris Glick, and we have Leon bass and Brian on the drums. And we also have some people behind the scenes that are kind of helping us to make sure this all runs smoothly. We've got Gloria on sound. Thank you, Gloria. And we have Harris in the back. He's doing all of our online stuff for us. We have some moderators. Harris is doing Facebook. We've got Mindy doing Zoom, and Peter Bedard is doing YouTube. So, they're all helping us out to get a connection out into the world, and we're so happy to have you online with us. So, you know what? I think we have a wonderful Sunday celebration coming up. Just a second, Patricia. Actually, I need my phone. We're going to do a meditation video first. And so if you'll go ahead and join in with me and just take a deep breath in and let it go and just settle in while we do. We're going to show it on the screen. If you're online, you'll be seeing it on your screen. It's just a short little video with some pictures with it.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you. Caught up in circles, confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you've said. Then you say, go slow. I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades and darkness has turned to gray, watching through windows, you're wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time, if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time, if you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting. Time after time, time after time, time after time, time after time, time after time.
So nice, a little bit of music setting the mood. So I'd like to ask Patricia Roach, one of our emeritus practitioners here at Ahiah. We're blessed with 4 of them, you know. And she's going to do our reading and invocation.
I'll take my mask down so that you can hear me and it's not garbled. I'm trusting that the sound is okay. And I usually do the reading first.
Okay.
It was difficult to find a reading for a playful pause, but I found one. And I found it in the Ernest Holmes papers. So it's from, that was compiled by Dr. George Bendall, wonderful man. I had the privilege of knowing and spending time with periodically. And it's volume 3, Ideas of Power, number 10, How to Make Yourself and Others Happy. It's on page 428 and 429, the reading. It says, my subject is how to be happy and make others happy. And I might add, without wistful, wishing, or idle dreaming, or psychological withdrawing from the realities of life. There is a law governing these things, and we must understand it, capital I, and then we can use it, capital I. We can't help but create. A person who doesn't love something, a person who isn't happy, a person who isn't loved and doesn't make others happy, and others don't make him happy, is unexpressed. Something about him is born and died, and going around inside him like a corpse, which he is carrying. And we will all carry too many of them. There is something unexpressed, and he isn't yet awake and alive and aware of the great realities of life. That is why we miss those whom we love. They open a channel to us. But back of it all, what is happening? God made us out of himself or itself. Why? There wasn't anything else God could make. God is all there is. God and nothing. God plus nothing leaves nothing but God. We are born of eternal day and made in the image of God. To traverse a heavenly way, we have to love. We have to be loved. We can't be happy without love. We can't be happy without security. Now, there is a pressure against everybody to live, to dance, to sing. And I know because part of my activity for 45 years is to take people's hair down and see what they look like. I mean, their reality, dealing with people where they live. They are all just alike. We are all just alike, except each is an individualization, a unique representation. But our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, our longings, our needs, the needs of the human being, He must love and know and be loved. He must be happy and make others happy, because he can't be happy unless he does. And back of it all, there is the great urge to live and to play. There is a desire to love and be happy, to give and to receive. Back of it all, a necessity to create. Consequently, it is known in psychology that the life that does not express the love and the joy and receive it buries a lot of its necessary creativity. It can't help it. It is the uncreated life, the uncreative life. We all have more or less of that. And let's just turn within and just feel that presence right where you are. For that presence is who you are. Each one of us is the love, the creativity, the peace, and the joy that God is. God has a wonderful sense of humor and laughs at human beings all the time. We are a funny group of species. And I'm sure God gets his laughter from the jokes, from the mishaps, from the mistakes, and the silliness that we allow ourselves to express. I know that God is laughter. God is play and creativity. And when we look at children play, we see that joy, we see that love. And in the meditation with the fathers and mothers with their children and the looks on the baby's face, it was so beautiful. I could feel the love emanating from those photos. And I am grateful. I am grateful to be able to feel the love, to love each one of you, and to be loved. I am grateful to feel the joy, to live in joy, to laugh, and to play. I am grateful for Ahiah and the opportunity to be here, the opportunity to see others and to share my love, my light with each one of you that are here, each one of you that may be watching through the video. And I send blessings of love and light to our wonderful band, to our wonderful singers. We have 3 today, beautiful ladies. To Gloria, our technician, and Harris, and all of those that are working behind the scenes. I send blessings of light and love to our minister, Reverend Scott, knowing that his words are God's words coming through him, as him, but it's Spirit speaking, and hopefully speaking in a playful, joyous voice today. That is our tone, to have fun and play today. I bless Reverend Mike, whatever he is doing this day, sending him much love and light, and to each and every practitioner here at Ahiah, blessing all other centers, churches, temples, mosques. Just knowing that God is present everywhere on this planet and beyond, for all there is God. I am so grateful for just being able to be in joy. And I just let it be, knowing that God is in charge. And we're going to have some fun this morning. And so it is. Amen.
They call it a Sunday celebration for a reason, right?
That's right.
So I'd like to go ahead and ask our singers to come on up. We're going to have a little song, a little music, put us all in the mood.
All right. Good morning, Ahiah. I think we forgot something. Karen, stop playing around. As always, it's wonderful to be here with you, and I'm so glad to have my dear sister friends, Karen and Stefana, with me. We're going to do a little song by India Ari that has a lovely message, some lovely words, and talks a little bit about guidance. I met a prophet, dark as the night. She could see into my soul, said she'd been watching and had some advice. She said shadows make you whole. A life without pain is a wolf in sheep's clothes. 'Cause if you listen to the lessons that it holds, you'll find the gold. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. I can remember when I was a child, how the grown folks sing so crazy. Why are they so angry? Why are they so loud? And when I grow up, that's never ever gonna be me. That was the moment that I decided that I would build a wall just shy of 6 feet tall, too strong to fall. Child, it's time to break the shell. Life's gonna hurt, but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell. Ooh, courage is not being hard. It's time to peel back all of the layers you put between who you're meant to be and who you are, and go be who you are. So much disappointment to finally understand that there is no such thing as perfect. We're all simply doing the best that we can, and we have a choice to live or truly be alive. This is your
life to break the shell.
Oh,
Life's gonna hurt,
but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. You cannot fly until you break the shell.
to break the shell.
Oh,
Life's gonna hurt,
but it's meant to be felt. You cannot touch the sky from inside yourself. A bird cannot fly until it breaks the shell. Do with these words what you will. It's time for us to be for real. You'll be stuck on the ground until you finally break the shell.
Wow. It is beautiful and it's wise also. You know, that's a beautiful combination of things. Thank you. So, coming from that place of being centered, isn't it lovely? You know, just coming in and getting centered and breaking the shell because we are in that place of being centered. So, thank you, Connie, Stefana, Karen. It's lovely. So our theme for this month of August is a pause for guidance. And, you know, I talk about this all the time, guidance. I talk about it constantly. In fact, maybe you've heard it so much from me, you're probably going, does this guy ever talk about anything else? But I do it for a reason. I do it for a simple reason, which is that, you know, we need to hear the same thing many times, really, and we need to hear it and look at it from many perspectives for us to actually understand it. And what I'm hoping is that the things I tell you, the things I talk about, things like, you know, letting Spirit guide you by listening to your intuition, listening to that still small voice inside, allowing yourself to be led by taking step by step, baby steps. You know, I'm hoping that what will happen is that, you know, when things are tough, you'll hear that. You'll hear that in your mind. And that's what's happened for me, you know. I remember at my previous community where I grew up, where Connie and Karen and Stefana have been for quite a while. I remember Reverend Kristen Hawkins. She was the minister, and she was my first minister because I was unchurched when I showed up at Namaste. Completely unchurched, never been churched. So unchurched, I didn't even know I was going to church when I started, when I went through the doors, kind of. So, but the point is that, you know, I was there. I hardly ever missed a Sunday, so I heard her speak all the time. And for her, I don't actually hear specific words. It's more like this wisdom with her voice attached to it. But there's another lady, Joanne Bourgeois, who was my mentor for many years. And she's passed away now, but, you know, I can still hear her voice. And she would say, you know, one of the many things she would say is she would say, lean into it. Lean into your experience. Which just means don't bypass the experience. Don't try and go directly to the love and the peace and the joy. Instead, allow your experience to inform where you're going. to inform your relationship with Spirit. And so I am hoping that by us talking about guidance so much that it kind of, it means something for you. But today, we're going to be taking a pause. We're going to pause for guidance a little bit. And we're going to talk about play. And I am really looking forward to that. And I'm going to ask Patricia, she's going to come on up, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she knows about play and spirit. Take it away, Patricia.
Ahiah is getting a lot of Patricia today, aren't you? Yes. I brought my silly hat. Thank you. I had an interesting time. I've been working on this topic for this Power Talk, and I had no idea different things would come up and come through. And no, this is not part of this. Because he has me on a time constraint, guys, a time constraint. Okay. Is that better? Okay. So, a playful pause. Your body cannot heal without play. Your mind cannot heal without laughter. And your soul cannot heal without joy. 3 words: play, laughter, and joy. And my little power talk, as you call it, is about all 3. So, how many of us remember how to play? How many of us really remember how to have fun? How many of us remember what it feels like to be silly? Just to be silly. I love being silly. I don't do it as much as I used to because why? I became an adult, right? How many of us remember how to laugh for no reason? Well, we're going to do that this morning. This is experiential. So I'm going to put on my silly hat. Okay? My silly hat. This gives me permission to act silly and to play, to have fun. So I'm going to invite you to do it with me, and Chris is going to accommodate me on the piano. So we had a choice. We could either do laughing yoga, which is just laughing. You want to try it? You just start laughing. Laughing is contagious. So we just start laughing. You can think of something funny, or just start laughing with me. Get tickled. It's so much fun. Do the chicken cluck, right? Just laugh and have fun. I get so tickled that my daughter gets mad at me because I laugh at her and what she's doing, and I can't stop laughing. She says, "Mama, it's just not that funny." But it is to me. So we're going to do If I'm Happy. Right. That's what we're going to do. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to clap like this. All right. Everybody together, and all of you in video land, have some fun at home. Okay, ready? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout, "Aha!" If you're happy and you know it, shout, "Aha! Aha!" If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show. If you're happy and you know it, say, "Ah." Now we're going to do all three of them. This is the last one. So you're going to do, if you're happy and you know it, you're going to clap, you're going to stomp, and you're going to Okay? Ready? If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. You got it. Great. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will freely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, stomp your feet. Thank you. Don't you feel better? Don't you feel better? Okay. Children learn through play. See? That was my minute. Okay. Now this is the talk. Okay. Children learn through play. And play has many, many benefits, including improving our health, attitude, and our perspective. Play defined is joy and brings joy into our being. It is being excited by expectancy of good. It is gladness, delight, and exultation. That's the Play leads to creativity. As adults, we forget how to play. Instead, we talk about work-life balance. Why not work and play with life balance? Studies show that play can create community, build creativity, and improves cognitive development. That means it works on our brains. As we mature, don't we need these things as well? Play is not just for children, but for some reason between childhood and adulthood, we forget to play. We forget how to play, how to laugh, and even how to be happy sometimes. This is our choice. We always have choice. It is a thought, and that thought can be changed. In religious science, we say thoughts are things. If we change our thoughts, we change our life. I remember how I loved to play with dolls. I would dress them, and my mom, she was a seamstress, would make me Barbie clothes. Every Christmas, I got new Barbie clothes. They were gorgeous because she worked at a bridal shop. So I had the best fabrics. And I curated black doll shows for several years at William Grant Still for their annual Christmas doll show. What happened is my mom became ill, and I was doing a show during that time, but I brought her to Los Angeles and I took care of her until she died. The one thing she said that I remember is, continue doing your dolls, because I've never seen you happier than when you are doing your dolls, when you're playing with your dolls. And she was right, it's true. But I only did one more show after her death. My dream was to do a black doll show, write the catalog, a historical one, and have it exhibit throughout the world through the Smithsonian. I had did local shows, state shows, national shows. My next show was to be an international show, and I haven't done it. So that dream is now alive again. Thank you, God. And I had lost my collection, but I'm in the process of rebuilding it now, and that in itself is fun. And the one thing I remember is I met so many wonderful people visiting homes that had dolls or made dolls, and I would bring them and put them in the collection, and then I would return them when the show was over. So I get to start doing that again, and I'm starting next year. So that's for me. That's my joy. So life happens to all of us. We all experience tragedy in our lives. However, we can work through those tragic experiences, the trauma, the drama, all of the unhappy experiences, successfully with play. Play, laughter, and humor. We can find playful ways to connect with others and relieve not only our own stress, but help someone else relieve theirs, or at least reduce it. One person decided to leave little notes in public places for people to find. Some people are gifted with humor and silliness, my hat, and share that with others. As adults, for some reason, we think it is proper to be so serious about everything. That is a life that is not fun and only adds more stress to others. Loosen up. Dance a little. Dance in your car. Dance like nobody's looking, because who cares? Tell a funny joke. You don't know how that's going to bring joy or a smile to someone else. And if you don't know how to play, go somewhere where children are playing and just watch them. There's so much love and joy there. You saw it on the video for the meditation. It's wonderful. So dance and play are contagious, and when you do it, you feel better. Humor, laughter, and play are good medicine. They have studies that prove people's health improves by just laughing and playing, especially children. When things become difficult, make it into a game. I tell my students to have fun with the learning. Play with what you are learning. Make it into a game. When you laugh and are having fun, you remember more of what you're studying. It disarms us and allows us to relax and to connect with other people without judgment. When we talk about play, we are talking about the presence. We are deeply present, and there is no right or wrong in playing. It's about imagination. Our imagination is unlimited. Nothing is impossible to our imagination. And it's engagement. We are totally involved in the moment. You can't worry about the past, and you're not worrying about the future. And it changes our emotional state and attitude. It gives us a way to engage with the world and others in ways we know not of. When we are stuck, play can unstick us. Unstick us. When we are sad, laughter can bring us into joy. Play is the language of children. Why not let it be our language as adults? When we are adults, when are we as adults going to allow our inner child to come out and play? We did a little bit of that this morning in meditation. We are only limited by the idea and the beliefs we have about ourselves. It is time to change those ideas and beliefs. It is time for us as adults to play more, to have fun, to smile more, to be in joy. I invite you to play as much as you can and allow your inner child to lead you in that play. George Bernard Shaw says, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." Take a pause today for play, laughter, and fun. Namaste, family. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Patricia. So we... If I had, I don't know. Oh. So we got to sing. Is Orion here today? No, I don't see him. You would have enjoyed that. He's about 5 years old. He's cute as a button, and he's one of our kids. By the way, we're working on getting our children's program rebooted after COVID, and we're going to be talking about that at the community meeting next week. So stick around after service, and we'll chat about that and many other things. We'll talk about it in announcements. So this week, as we've said, the talk title is A Playful Pause. And, this week on a walk, I've been talking about my walks lately. For the last couple of months, I've been doing a new spiritual practice of 5 to 7 mile walks every day, at least 5 days a week. And, things come up because it's a new spiritual practice. It's an opportunity to go out and experience spirituality and spirit and God in a different way. And so things come up. And you know that you need to change your spiritual practice when things get a little stale. When we've been doing them for a long time and it becomes routine, and now you're in a rut. It's time to change something up. But anyway, while I was out on my walk, I go through the nature park and I walk around a neighborhood park and I walk through the neighborhood. It takes a lot of real estate to go around 5 miles, right? And I saw this butterfly, and it was a beautiful butterfly, and it's one of the more common ones here. I've seen lots of this particular variety. It's got orange wings and it's got black kind of fringe on the outer edge, and it's really beautiful. And I noticed it, I watched it for a little bit, and of course, Ganesh was there. He's my standard poodle. He's about 55 pounds, and he never misses a walk. There's no way he would miss a walk. In fact, when I say walk at my house, I have to spell it out, W-A-L-K, because otherwise, he pops up and he starts spinning around. And when a 55-pound dog starts spinning around, it's a little dangerous. So anyway, Ganesh is there, and I feel a little tug on the leash. He usually walks right next to me, but I feel a little tug, which means he's found something that he's interested in, right? And so I look back, and he's at a tree doing what dogs do at trees, but then I see him, and he actually kind of looks at the butterfly. And as soon as he did that, what popped into my head was that heart song from my senior year, Dog and Butterfly. It was the title album, off of this album. It was the title song off of that album. And the song, it was a song that I listened to ad infinitum when I was my senior year, because that particular song was a song that kind of got me through. It was one of many. I had about 4 or 5 albums that I just listened to all the time. But it was it was kind of a tough period, because my mother and my stepfather, they were their marriage was headed for the rocks, and they were getting ready to divorce. And my mother wanted to go to Texas, and she wanted to take me to Texas. I was in Idaho at the time, and I'm like, I've been to Texas. I don't want to spend my senior year in Texas. So I got her to agree to sign for an apartment, because I was only 17. I couldn't sign for it myself. And everything worked out. But this was one of the songs that kind of kept me in more of a playful mood. And all of a sudden, it was kind of going through my head. And the lyrics are up here. It says, "See the dog and butterfly. Up in the air he liked to fly. Dog and butterfly, below she had to try. She rolled back down to the warm, soft ground, laughing up to the sky. Up to the sky, dog and butterfly." And I remember, this is the heart. This is Heart. This is the Wilson sisters. I actually went to see them in concert, so they're right in my mind, and I could hear them in my mind as I was on that walk, just singing that refrain. And it's a beautiful reminder of us being the dog that's chasing this butterfly, and it's playful, right? It's a playful image. It's not serious. Not serious at all. And yet, we have a tendency to live our life from this place of seriousness. Patricia noticed that. Everything's so important, isn't it? My health, my wealth, my relationships, so important. I wouldn't want to play. I might miss something. Right? I might miss an opportunity to go forward a little bit. So many things are important. Why should we play? Well, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking back to not yesterday, but the previous Saturday was the foundation weekend. foundation workshop. Foundations is a class that we do, and we do a workshop that kind of helps us to feel, embody treatment, prayer. Feel it in our bones a little bit. And so while we were doing it, we do a bunch of exercises, and one of the things that came up was, one of the people was talking about work and how, they are focused on work right now in their life. And I, smiled and leaned back, and I said, I was thinking to myself, oh, I resembled that at one point. I really get that. I remember being at work and just, I worked at Northrop Grumman. We put satellites in the sky, and it was so important. And I remember not really having the time or the opportunities, it felt like, to play. But we need to play. In fact, I got a couple of quotes for you. The first one, I don't know how to say her last name, Deborah something, Reble, something like that. She says, being playful naturally liberates the mind, opens the heart, and lifts the spirit. Take time to play today. Sounds pretty wise to me. And then Meredith Sinclair says, being playful is a key component in making us happier, healthier, more present, and connected in all of our relationships. Wow. Sounds like something that would really help us out if all of this is true. Maybe we should, instead of focusing on those relationships, we should play a little more in the relationships and have the opportunity to create, this connection that we all want, all desire in our relationships. So I was thinking, well, if that's what we get, if that's the bonus for playing, why don't we play? What is it that keeps us from playing? And of course, like Spirit has a habit of doing, right? It gave me the opportunity to experience that this week. My husband, Gabriel, has left for Mexico. He left on Wednesday, and he's gone to see his mom. And, he wasn't able to go. He usually goes every summer, and he wasn't able to go last summer. So this is really, poignant. She's in her 80s, and he wants to make sure he's staying connected with her. And so he left on Wednesday, and, part of me was going, oh, woe is me, because I miss him when he's gone. I do. We've been together for 25 years, but I still miss him when he's gone. And besides that, I have to do all the little things that he usually takes care of for me while he's gone. Woe is me. But then, he left, and I went, wow is me, right? Because I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. I get to play however I want to play in the moment. I can read a novel or watch whatever TV program, I could dance naked in my bedroom. It doesn't matter, right? Just do whatever I want. And it's pretty good. But I think that we have this thought that, everything's so serious. I have all this stuff to do. If I start playing, I won't be able to stop, right? I won't stop. And I kind of experienced that this week. Because, he left on Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday are nominally my days off, but I do I do a few things. I do the newsletter on Friday. And usually I have the newsletter out by 9 o'clock in the morning, sometimes earlier, and it's not a big issue. I work on it a little bit through the week. Well, this week I actually had a congregant who called me at about 11:30 and went, "Where's my newsletter?" And the problem was I was just having a hard time moving from this play back to something more serious. And I thought, well, I'm experiencing exactly the reason why people don't play. But then I remembered my son, my youngest son. We got him when he was 6 years old. We adopted him when he was 6. And, he loves video games, still does. He's 20, he'll be 20 years old on Thursday is his birthday. And when he was a little tyke, he loved video games, still loves them, but when he was little, when he would start playing video games, if you wanted him to do his homework, argument time, right? And then I finally learned after a while that, okay, play. And then I would come up and I would go, okay, we're going to have to do your homework soon. And then I'd wait for a little while, and then I'd come back and I'd go 5 minutes, right? And then I would actually put a clock on, right? I'd put a timer on, and 5 minutes exactly, I would come back and I would say, okay, your 5 minutes is up, time to do the homework. And that worked for him. Although it made him just very focused on time. So maybe it wasn't the best thing to do. But it worked as far as getting him transitioned. And so that's what I had to do to myself on Friday. Okay, I have a newsletter. Oh, but I could do this. Okay, 5 more minutes. That's it. And that works. I got it out at 1 o'clock. It wasn't that late. So, we have things that we can do to play and still do the serious things in life. So whatever is the secret for you, I really, really strongly suggest that you find out a way to play and also do what you want. Do what you need to do in life. So I want to tell you the real secret about play, though. And that is a quote from a guy named Charlie Peacock. Here we go. And Charlie says, it's not about creativity, and you can change the word creativity to playfulness in this case. It's not about creativity, it is about the person you're becoming while you're creating. It's not about playing, it's about the person you're becoming as you play. In that song, Dog and Butterfly, the butterflies are spirit. The butterflies are just up there and they like to fly. And we are the dog, right? We're the dog jumping up there. There's a reason why dog is God spelled backwards, right? They're just so free. And so we are out there jumping for the butterflies, but we don't actually ever catch the butterfly. And who would want to? Who wants a butterfly in their mouth, right? But, this particular refrain, it has a few words that are changed. In this case, it's underlined. It also says, with a little tear in her eye, she had to try. She had to try. And that's what we need to do. That's what it reminded me to do when I was a kid. Was to just jump. Jump for that butterfly. It doesn't matter what's happening at the time around us. It will all be okay. We just jump for the butterfly, and we know all we need to do is try. That's all. All we need to do. And when we come back down on that warm, soft ground, what we are is we're another step towards that person that we came here to be. That spirit, that soul that we are at the very core of our being, as we come back down to that warm, soft ground, that's what we're moving towards. That's what we want in our lives. And so I think what it means is it's a time to have a playful pause, to go out and jump for a butterfly. Do whatever that means for you. And I've got an affirmation to support us with that today, and it's on the screen. So maybe you'll read it along with me, and online it's on your screen, so you can read it along at home too. And so it says, I pause every day to play with spirit. Let's say that again. I pause every day to play with spirit. So as you go out into your week, what I would love for you to consider doing is be the dog you were meant to be, right? Just go out and chase spirit. There's nothing better. Go chase spirit, laugh up at the sky, pause to play, and remember that the benefits are that we liberate our mind and we're happier, healthier, more present. And allow the play to create that person you came here to be. Take another step to being that person. And if you don't quite know how, as always, just let Spirit guide you. Thank you, and namaste. So Chris is going to play a little bit as we just go within. Go to that heart space that always, always, always lies within. And we know absolutely when we're at that place within us that there is only one power, one presence, one life. That life that we see everywhere and every when. That life that is love and peace and joy, wholeness and prosperity, all the good qualities of the universe. That the universe is actually created out of that stuff, nothing else. And as I know that to be the truth of Spirit, I know it to be the truth of me, I know it to be the truth of you, I know it to be the truth of the folks online, I know it to be the truth of everyone. That we are all the love and the peace and the joy that God is. And so each and every one of us comes from a place in our lives where we are whole, perfect, and complete. We know that that's the truth of us because that's the grace that God is. That's how God perceives us. It perceives us as itself in the wholeness that it is. No separation. And so it's from that place of knowing that I speak my word today as the truth of our lives, knowing absolutely that there is a time to play in our lives. There is a time to just be out there in the world and just set down all the burdens, because the burdens, they hold us down to the ground. And so we let go of those burdens and we jump for the butterflies. And we allow the laughter from the laughter yoga to just be in our lives. We allow the laughter from the people around us to come into our lives. And we allow the laughter that lives down deep within us to come into our lives. And all is good. All is well. And for knowing that today, I just give thanks. And I release this prayer to the law, knowing that it's already fulfilled in the mind that God is. And I say life and God are good and very good. And together we say, and so it is. Amen and amen. And so now is the time for our conscious contributions. And so for those of you online, we have plenty of ways for you to donate. We have... you can go to our website at ahiah.com/donate. You can send us a check to our address. You can even text to give by texting to this number that is showing here right now, 616, not 626, 616-229-2225. And all of you that are here, you can do that also, but you can also take an envelope and put in your donation, your conscious contribution into the envelope, and we'll have board members at the front and back at the end of service instead of passing the dish around. And so, however you're donating, let's go ahead and take that gift. I give it online myself, so I'm just going to virtually hold it here. And just join me in this blessing. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving as I now share my gift with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so it is. Amen and amen. And so now it's time to ask our singers to come back up. They're going to give us another song.
All right, we're going to do a little Stevie Wonder for you. So if you feel like getting up and playing and dancing and singing along, then please feel free to do so. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do 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 do. As the sun around the earth knows she's revolving, and the rosebud knows to bloom in early May. Just as hate knows love's the cue, you can rest your mind assured that I'll be loving you always. As I can't reveal the mystery of tomorrow, and in passing we'll grow older every day. Just as all is born is new, do know what I say is true, that I'll be loving you always, until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky. Always. Until the ocean covers every mountain high. Always. Until the dolphin flies and parrots live at sea. Always. Until we dream of life and life becomes a dream. Did you know that true love asks for nothing? Her acceptance is the way we pay. Did you know that life is giving love a guarantee to last through forever and another day? Just this time new to move on since the beginning, and the seasons know exactly when to change. Just as kindness knows no shame, know through all your joy and pain, that I'll be loving you always. As today I know I'm living, but tomorrow could make me the past, but that I mustn't fear. For I know deep in my mind the love of me I left behind, that I'll be loving you always, until the day is night and night becomes the day. Always. Until the trees and seas just up and fly away. Always. Until the day that 8 times 8 times 8 is 4. Always. Until the day that is the day that are no more. Did you know you're loved by somebody? The earth starts turning right to left. Always. Just for the sun denies itself. I'll be loving you forever. Nature says her work is through. Always. Until the day that you are me and I am you. Always. Always. Now we all know Sometimes life's haste and troubles can make you wish you were born in another time and place. But you can bet your lifetime that it's twice as double, that God knew exactly where it had wanted you to be placed. So make sure when you say you're in it, but not all that, you're not helping to make this earth a place sometimes called hell. Change your words into truth and then change that truth into love. Maybe our children's grandchildren and their grandchildren will tell. I'll be loving you
Until the day the earth starts turning right to left.
loving you.
Until the earth just for the sun denies itself.
Oh, always.
Until dear Mother Nature says her work is through.
Always.
Until the day that you are me and I am you.
Always. Always.
Yes, yes, always. And so I just want to remind you that we have wonderful practitioners here, and they'll be available after service. You can go to our Ministry of Prayer if you would like to leave a prayer online, especially for you folks that are online. You can go to ahiah.com/prayers, and we would be we'd be grateful to pray for you. And there's also Dial-A-Prayer. You can get to that off of our website or through our telephone system. And so I just want to, here on your screen, we've got announcement about our community meeting. It is this coming Sunday. So a week from today, right after service, right here in the sanctuary. Or if you're online, it will be in the same Zoom room if you're on Zoom. If you're not on Zoom, then if you're on Facebook or YouTube, then you would have to dial into Zoom, and then you'll be there. So however you get there, would love to see you, love to talk to you. I'd love to share with you about where we are so far. Can you believe it? It's well over halfway through the year now. And I'd like to share with you how we've been doing, what we've been doing at Ahiah first 6 months. And I'd like to share with you, we had a board retreat a few weeks ago, and there was some stuff that came up there that I want to share with you. And, I want to talk about the youth program with you too. So we got a lot to talk about. Love to see you there. And now I want to ask Marcia to come on up. She'll tell us a little bit about the Ahiah Summer Drawing.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And I don't hear anything. So I'm here to talk about the drawing. We have a wonderful group of folks that have come together, and you know how powerful the folks at Ahiah are. We've come together to form the fundraising team. It's about 8 people. And we're committed to having fun, doing what we do well, and raising money for Ahiah. So the idea here is that Ahiah has, over a few years, gone into their savings to run the church, to operate. And there's a group of us, and I'm sure everybody in this room says we must have savings, so that we can take care of things and make sure that we run this church, this center accountably. So the fundraising team was convened, and our first event is Ahiah Summer Drawing of Love. I love that title, Summer Drawing of Love. Now, let me tell you something good. Behind the scenes, a lot goes on. We plan, we work, we talk, we read, we do all kinds of things. Sometimes we're working, sometimes we're playing, sometimes we're working and playing, and things come up. Well, we have designed this raffle, and we designed it to be online. And then we got a little blurb that says, read the laws. The Attorney General says, blah, blah, blah. Well, in the process of playing, you will not believe this, but in the process of playing this morning, I decided to read the additional law, because I read the law, and it said that we as a church were exempt. So we're good. We can do our fundraising, we can do our raffle, we can do it online. And then I said, you know what? I'm trained to read the law, because I do know how to play and I do know how to work. And I'm trained to read the law. So I did that after I had been charged by a playful moment this morning. I won't mention anything more about that. And when I read the law, I found out that we could not do the raffle online. I found out some other things we won't talk about, but I found out we couldn't do the raffle online. So while you see a statement that says go here and fill out, do not do that. We can't do the raffle online. You have to have a physical ticket. So we are going back. We are doing this raffle. We're starting quickly, and we're going back to design the ticket. So if you're interested, and I know that the Fear Senior Minister has come up with a plan so that you can let us know online that you're interested in buying a ticket.
That's it.
And then
You can even pay for it online.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. What you want to do, and I'm saying don't do that, and we'll play around a little more. We've been playing around all morning about this. Like I said, behind the scenes, all kinds of things happen. So we will say at this moment, let's just inform us that you want to buy a ticket, and you will be able to buy your ticket from individuals as well as in the office. You'll let us know, and we'll get that ticket, because you got to have a physical ticket. So I want you to know that we're here raising money to create events, fundraising events for Ahiah. And the purpose of the fundraising events will be to have fun, to enjoy one another, to come out and play, and just figure out how we support this center so that it is sustainable. And we know that each one of us enjoys doing that, because this is a place we want to be. So thank you, and have a wonderful Sunday.
Oh, thank you, Marcia. So you can go to ahiah.com, and on the front page down at the bottom right is a place for you to click and buy the tickets, or tell us that you want to buy the tickets. Don't pay for it until we figure that out, but let us know, and then we'll figure out how to do the money. And it's all good. But here's here's an announcement from Reverend Diana Lee. Let's get that where you can actually hear the whole thing.
Good morning, Ahiah, and welcome to August. Next week, Saturday, August 14th, Spirit Talks, Spiritual Circle. Engage, create, share, life-affirming, exciting, and fun dialogues. It's free, it's 90 minutes, and it's the conversations that you want to have. That's with Reverend Garrick Angel and Diana Lee. We look forward to seeing you there. You can register for free at harmoniouscreation.com/adventures. You can register for free at harmoniouscreation.com.
So I plan on going to that. It's I met Garrick the other week, and he's a great guy. I'm really interested in seeing what he has to say, as well as Reverend Diana Lee. She's part of our community. You guys all know her. So let's go ahead and do the benediction, all right? If you can read it up here, we need to redesign this so it's a little bit bigger. Say it along with me, or you might have it memorized after 3 years. You know, last week was my 3rd year here. So it's been the same benediction for 3 years. So let's go ahead and say that something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all of my affairs. I accept it. I am it. And I share it just the way it appears and just the way it appears not. Thank you, life. Amen and amen. And so it's wonderful having you here today. Remember, the donations are picked up at the back or this door. And we have fellowship not in the building. We can be out in the courtyard right now, still due to COVID. Please continue to wear your masks. And for those of you online, I'll meet you in the fellowship room in just a few minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes. You can get there by going to ahiah.com/virtual. So however we do it, it's lovely having you here this week. I hope to see you next week, and I can chat with you outside. Let's go ahead and send us out, Chris. All right. Thank you, everyone.